How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about CEI, Camber Energy. We ended up having a green day inside of the market. It was exciting to see. We were talking about in the previous videos areas of support you want to look out for, and it played out quite nicely, I must say, for today. I'll talk about it further. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to make sure we have a game plan going into tomorrow. Of course, you add this with your homework and as well as your due diligence. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. We want to see our short still heavily vested inside of this play. If that ends up being the case, it will have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to take a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know, what was the buying behavior today? What was the selling behavior? Were we seeing a lot from the institutional side or on the retail side? And then when all of that is done, we'll go into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for Camber Energy. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $1.69, being up 21.58%. On the low, it tested $1.32, and then on the high, testing $1.82. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 373.966 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 380.984 million shares. So like I've been saying in previous videos, whenever Camber gets this kind of volume, you can see some strong moves to the upside, and that's exactly what we got today. The chart we're using is a 1-year daily chart. When we see the RSI down below, it is right around 51.25. And then when we take a look at the moving averages on our chart, you can see we have strength above the 100-day, the 200-day, we're above the 50-day as well. And of course, we are just below the 21-day EMA at $1.72. You guys know how much I love price action being above that 21-day. But anyways, when we take a look at what's happening on the high, like we stated, it was at $1.82. It is very clear this is an area of resistance. We saw this being an area of resistance back on October the 11th. So revisiting this area, we want to be able to actually get past it, and that's what I'm going to look forward to going into tomorrow. If we can pass $1.82, then of course I'm going to be looking for that move right here to this $2 level. This will be a psychological area. There will be a lot of profit taking and so on, but if we end up having strong volume, then we could easily pass this and even make a move all the way over here to around $2.30. That's why I'm saying keep your eyes on this play. As far as where we pulled back to, we got all the way down to $1.32, and this was right on the 50-day. And I was talking to you guys about this yesterday, looking out for that $1.30 area being a place of support, and it did exactly that before making that big time jump. So what we want to do going into tomorrow, the next area of support I'd want to see hold up on a pullback will be right here around $1.50. If it pulls back to $1.50, of course I'm looking for it to bounce so then it could pass right here at $1.82 and see if we can make that move to $2. So let's see what happens. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for Camber Energy. Scrolling down on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So we can see here most recent for October the 19th filing, which is today, we have Belvedere Trading LLC that went in with 266,320 shares. So quite significant there, but not a lot because again, it is an institution, right? But we see there's interest. Now when we see the short interest, the dark pool short volume ratio is at 42.31, and then for the dark pool short volume being just over 24.1 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 1.7 million, updated 20 minutes ago. And then for the short ball free rate being at 8.8 0.87%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see for October the 15th close, it was at 31.01, and now we see it's at 42.31 from the close yesterday. So that means CEI does continue to have short squeeze potential, and shorts are continuing to increase their positions. So this is one thing you want to keep in mind because it does contribute to the overall volatility inside of the stock. So now let's jump into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for CEI. So we can see on the inflow it was 130, and then on the outflow it was 129. So we had an inflow day, but it was fairly close. When we take a look at the breakdown on the large, it was 39.70, and then on the medium it was 71.84, and then on the small it was 18.77. When we take a look at the outflow side on the large, it was 36.79, and then on the medium it was 74.43, and then on the small it was 17.90. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for today, October the 19th, being at 2,905.4, pretty much taking a difference with the large scale orders. So when we take a look at the breakdown, we see there was a lot more buying on the retail side, but there was a lot of profit taking, a good amount of selling there. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, it was mainly selling as well. And then when we take a look at what happened on the large, we saw there were more institutions loading up on shares than there was that were actually selling. So this is definitely a bullish signal here. So I want to look forward to seeing a further movement come from CEI. And this is why I always say you want to look out for those areas of support and as well as resistance that I talk about inside of the technicals, because then you can maximize your entry. I'll talk about it in the final thoughts why that was important. You know what? Let's get into it right now. So for my final thoughts for Camber Energy, ticker symbol CEI, like I was saying previously, I talked about the area of support you want to look out for it to hold is around $1.30. And guess what? We got that today, and we saw a strong move going all the way to $1.82. One thing to be aware of, this is a clear area of resistance that we have seen in the past. So if you see price movement above this $1.82 range, then I'd want to look for to seeing a move going to $2. We do know there's a lot of traders who are inside of this play, so don't be shocked if you see a lot of selling pressure. But you know already, it all comes down to volume. Volume is very essential. The more buying pressure we have, then the stock is going to go up. And then when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, this play still continues to have short squeeze potential. But what's even more interesting, shorts have increased their positions. And this is taking into consideration from yesterday. So it'll be very interesting to see what it will be later on in the evening. But I know for a fact this play will continue to have that short squeeze potential because the short volume ratio will be above 21. And that's a criteria that we normally look for on this channel. And if you are getting into this play, make sure that you have a game plan. Make sure you're watching the technicals. So you know what? I have a good idea of where I want my entry to be, because the last thing that I want to do is buy at the top and then be worried and saying, well, you know what? Now I got to ride the elevator, wait for the stock to pick back up. Trust me, you do not have to put yourself through that stress when you have the right strategy in place. And that's part of the reasons why I put these videos together for you guys, because I'm not the type of person that's going to tell you to buy at the top or, you know what, buy at any price because it's going to the moon, because I feel that is very irresponsible, even though the videos that I make is not financial advice. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.